What is up, tennis peeps? I thought this would be fun. Critiquing Ryan Reidy of 2 Minute Tennis's serve. Ryan Reidy is a friend and he's given me a lot of guidance on growing my own social media account, so I very much appreciate him. And he is definitely a very good tennis coach, probably one of, if not the best online tennis coach. That being said, I am doing this for views. You got a problem with it? Well, too bad. Thought it'd be fun, and hopefully it'll give me some reach, and he approved and said it would be fine. And it will be hard to find something wrong with Ryan Reidy's serve. Actually, a couple of things I'm going to point out are really because he exaggerates them, I think, for effect so that you, the viewer, do them. But I found a serve that I think represents his pretty well. You can probably tell that we come from a similar school of tennis. I got a pinpoint stance on my serve. He's got a platform stance, but I think things that we both do pretty well is coil our body segments. Very important to turn away from the target. Now he gives the appearance of turning more here, but I have a pinpoint stance. My foot moves up. So if you actually look at the separation in the chest and the knees, we're about turned about the same amount. But anyway, so two things that I would say to Ryan, and again, these are subtle things. You be the judge, but I don't like to bring the head back with the tossing arm so much. So in other words, there should be some separation. So you see how his eyes come back almost with his tossing arm to where he's looking at the side fence. I think there needs to be some separation with where you look, keeping your head forward and your eyes forward, and where your tossing arm comes back. Because you want the toss out in front. You're going to throw where you look. And if your eyes come back here, there's going to be more calculation to get the toss where you want it. You're not going to be as accurate. And then you might end up not getting the toss far enough out in front. Now, in general, what I'd say also is I don't really like as exaggerated of a J toss in general. So you notice my arm really only comes not barely even parallel with the baseline. And then you see Ryan here, his arm kind of has a tendency to break that plane. It comes back a little far, in my opinion. I don't think you need that to get your full shoulders turn. Because I just think the shoulders aren't completely connected on the serve. The serve really comes up your left side here, and it doesn't really need both shoulders all the way coiled back like that. But anyway, so I think the J-toss can be over-exaggerated a lot, which again, if it's unnecessary, it's just more calculation. And then again, you tell me the other thing is, I'm not a fan of as much of how high this elbow is and how low the racket head is. And I know the school of thought Ryan comes from, and it's very important to turn that arm into like a whip, be loose. And this is a very loose looking arm. But the problem is you really want no muscular activation in the arm once you get here. The goal is to use gravity and have no muscle activation and to just let this racket drop with gravity. And that's so that if this arm's and shoulder and everything's very loose, it's going to drop with gravity, and it's going to really load those body segments and allow them to stretch out as much as they need to be stretched out. If your racket is still low at this point, you're going to have to be using muscle to lift it up over your head. And although it's a loose arm, when your racket should be dropping down with gravity, Ryan is still recruiting a little muscle here to lift it up over his head. And I think that's due to the position of that elbow too high, and that racket too low. Now, again, given the fact that most people's elbows are too low and their palms are too up, it's a great problem. But I'd prefer to keep the elbow just parallel, just in line with those elbow in line with the shoulders, not so much, kind of, droopy and then up again like that. But again, it's a little thing, but I think this idea of the arm being a whip is important, and you can hit very hard serves that way, but you lose this loading of the body segments as efficiently. And I think you can hit harder and more effortlessly if you set this racket in a position where gravity is going to work on it. So anyways, again, so many positives. Continental grip, palm down, knocks the birthday cap off, brushing the hair, saluting, call it what you will. You tell me down in the comments who has a more effective service motion in here, me or Ryan Reidy. Now again, he's demonstrating. I'm really going out there trying to smack a first serve. So, but anyways, thank you, Ryan, 2 Minute Tennis. I'm going to link him down below, his awesome YouTube channel. And please also subscribe to mine.